Eggs, 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 eggs,
How you going? There is nothing I love more in the morning than waking up and eating some delicious eggs. They are so crispy, bubbly, soft and juicy, and every time you crack open that yolk, you feel like a winner. The only problem with this luxurious breakfast habit is that it is a time-consuming ordeal. This guy alone cost me 5 minutes of my life. Add this up over the years and cooking eggs becomes more harmful to your life expectancy than cigarettes or sharks. And I would prefer to use my precious life years on more productive tasks. So, I started to look for ways to speed up the cooking process. At first, I thought the best way to speed up the cooking process would be to eliminate it entirely, and I could just slurp down raw eggs. And I wasn't so sure why we're all so obsessed with high temperatures. But after reading a book, I found out that cooking does some very important things. First, it kills all these nasty little boys that are just waiting to get inside you and throw a party until you die. Second, the heat also causes the maillard reaction, not to be confused with the Gillard reaction. And this is the reaction between amino acids, sugars and proteins, which creates the sweet, crispy brown outside layer we all know and love. Thirdly, it breaks down proteins and carbohydrates, which changes the structure of the food, making it easier to digest and stops it from saying inappropriate things at the dinner table. Fourthly, rats love to gnaw, so make sure to give them something chewy to eat to keep them occupied and keep their teeth healthy. So, my quick cooking method would have to do all these things, and I thought maybe I could achieve all these standards in a reduced amount of time by using a device we all have in our kitchen, a furnace.
Mate, how much do you weigh?
I'm hoping that by cooking the egg on the furnace, I'll be able to cook it at a higher temperature and therefore decrease the cooking time. I'll then compare this cooking method to my normal heating method, the fry pan, and my backup plan, the human body. So, I decided to start at a reasonable temperature of 400 degrees to see how the egg handles the heat. And you might be wondering how you measure the temperature of the furnace, and that is easy. You just ask it.
Hey, furnace, how hot are you today?
And if it is in a bad mood, you can just order a thermometer from China. Here we go. Now, the reason I look so scared of the egg I'm cooking isn't because I feel bad for torturing an undeveloped baby chicken, but because I thought there was a chance the egg might explode from the heat covering me in a sticky hot napalm, hence why I'm not wearing any shoes. And there was a factor I forgot about. I'm a horrible cook. And there you have it, a 400 degree burnt egg roll. Next, I'm going to try around 850 degrees. And cooking at this temperature is good and bad. Bad because the furnace is just so hot that you get burnt and remove all your hairs just by being near it. And good because the egg barely sticks because of the later frost effect, which is when the steam gets trapped underneath the remaining liquid, creating kind of like an omelette hovercraft. And this one looks equally as burnt. For the final temperature, I'm going to go all out and cook the egg on the fry pan at a temperature 30 times hotter than the surface of my armpit. And that cooked in a record time, but smells absolutely horrible, like a mix of sulfur and my mum's cooking. And now the taste test. There are so many things wrong with cooking at this temperature. Firstly, they all taste like cigarettes, and the outside cooks and burns before the inside has a chance to cook, so there would still be living bacteria inside the egg. Also, the eggs have clearly experienced the maillard reaction, but that book told me that cooking at temperatures this high creates carcinogens and HCAs, which have been found to be mutagenic, which means they cause changes in your DNA, and not in a good way. They actually increase the risk of cancer, and everyone knows eggs don't go well with cancer. So it turns out when cooking meats above 300 degrees Celsius, the amino acids turn into really nasty HCAs. If you decrease the cooking time by increase the temperature, you're also decreasing your life expectancy. Looks like there is a maximum temperature of 300 degrees for cancer-free cooking. So I reckon I'm going to go stick to my tried and tested healthy method of cooking, the armpit. If you like that, make sure to subscribe and check out my other stuff. Also, thank you so much to my Patreons. You are responsible for all the eggs wasted in this video.